Curie Atoll looks pristine, but the closer you get to it, it's alarming the amount of trash that's on the island, and the wildlife that needs this pristine habitat is being affected by it. These animals that travel along the Pacific are picking up plastic because they're looking for food on the surface of the water, and they're seeing plastic and it resembles our natural prey. We're learning this from studying their boluses, which is a packet of undigestible parts that they actually throw up. And hopefully if we change our waste practices, we're going to find that the plastic in their diet is decreasing. But right now it's still increasing. And we're connected to this problem because we are directly able to solve it and make a difference in how we manage our waste.
The JuanFernández Islands are an isolated island group that are located about 400 miles off the central coast of Chile. Although not nearly so well known as the Galapagos Islands, the JuanFernández Islands actually have higher levels of unique species than do the Galapagos. Many, if not most of the species on the islands are virtually unstudied or completely unstudied. So a prominent example of these species that are found nowhere else in the world is this species, the JuanFernández petrel.
0 to 1 day old JuanFernández petrel chick.
And we've actually spent several years studying the ecology of the species and the threats confronting it. The JuanFernández firecrown is a truly spectacular species. It's the only hummingbird unique to an island in the world. In the JuanFernández Islands, Oikonos is working towards conserving the unique biodiversity of the archipelago and also working very closely with the local community to empower them such that they can actually take charge of long-term conservation in their island home.
So in 1998, an oil spill off of the California coast killed hundreds of birds, including the sooty shearwater. And we estimated that thousands of these birds were killed by this oil spill. One of the birds was banded, which linked the population here to nesting islands in the southern hemisphere. And this was the first concrete piece of evidence that birds from New Zealand were being killed in California from oil spills. So when we contacted the researchers in New Zealand, they could tell us exactly which island that bird had been banded and which nesting area that it came from. We contacted the community groups and Rakiura Maori, who are the indigenous people in New Zealand who oversee the islands that these birds nest on, and they became partners in this conservation project. Probably one of the first examples of an international conservation project for a migratory seabird. In July 2006, with the Department of Conservation in New Zealand, we eradicated rodents. The rats take eggs and small chicks. You know, before the rats were introduced, they used to have abundant bird life, not only the shearwaters, but the other birds, other ecosystem indicators. After the rats came, they said the islands were quiet, and now we're hearing that bird song again. So that's a good indicator that our project's been successful.
There's an island off California, Nuevo Island, that is rare habitat for many marine mammals and seabirds. Oikonos has the opportunity to preserve biodiversity on this island by doing restoration. So one of the things we're doing to protect the biodiversity that's on this important island is to reduce erosion, to plant native plants, to bring back the plant community, and we're actually creating more habitat.